Hello again. I'm still taping tonight, and this is the second video I'm taping tonight. It is the promised salmon and steelhead rub recipe. I'm not going to say much. Without much more ado, here it is, taped as I prepared it. Okay, I'm going to get my headgear on. As you can see, we have a fillet of a rainbow trout, a steelhead actually. It was 10.9 pounds. I caught it 2 days ago on August 10th. If you guys want to see the actual fish itself, it is on the August 10th footage of 11 trout that were captured, 9 lake trout, 2 steelhead. The other steelhead was only about 5 pounds. This was 10.9. So made some nice fillets. As you can see, it's not much different than a salmon fillet. It's red, it's good, and we're going to start to prepare it with a recipe that I commonly use. Thinking of you guys, it's steelhead season's coming up, you might want to do this. So we're going to start, once I get this thing here, with all our spices. Typically I work with oregano, basil. We have basil. We have oregano. Let's see what else we got here. Jeez. Oregano, basil. We had garlic salt or onion powder, whichever you like. I've got onion powder here. I mean, you could use garlic salt too. And paprika is the other thing if I could find it. This is looking like paprika. It is paprika. So the first thing I do is, and this is seeming like it would be a little bit of a faux pas, but it really isn't. I load this thing down with paprika. I mean, I really just pepper it good, hit it hard. I mean, you got to watch at these lake run trout. They have a really red fillet, and the paprika sort of blends in more than like on a domestic salmon you might get at the store. And you just pepper it down to make sure it is there. Second, you go light on the other ingredients. A little bit of onion powder goes a long, long way. So you lightly salt it so you can see granules everywhere you're at. So you have the paprika, you have the onion powder, and the granules wherever you're at. That's about good. Oregano provides a little bit of an earthy flavor, and I go again light on this, but enough that you get that earthy flavor the whole way across the trout fillet. Then the basil, again, not very much, goes an awfully long way. Very aromatic basil is, and it adds a contrast from the earthy flavor to a little bit of sweet with that. And these spices do work well. I've done this for years of salmon, done it for years of trout. That's what it looks like at the end of the day. You preheat your oven to 375, and depending on the thickness of the fillet, as is always the case, it's how long you're going to cook it. A fillet this size is about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches thick. I would check it at about 35 minutes, like with a fork, to see if it flakes. If it's not, put it back in for 40 minutes. If that doesn't work, try 45 minutes. If it goes over 45 minutes, you're probably done. And you pull it out. So I'll stop this. We will pull it out when it's done. Also, I want to say, before I even prepared this, you see all these Y bones? I went right down along the side of where I filleted this and pulled every one of those Y bones out. So you have to go right along this. You can see the tear of where it was, and pull those Y bones right out so that you don't have that in your fillet. Okay, here we are with the finished product. It is a completely cooked steelhead fillet, again from a 10.9 pound steelhead trout caught on August 10th. It's on the August 10th posting along with several others. There were a total of 9 lake trout, 2 steelhead. We did keep the 2 steelhead, and this is one of them. So if you get a big enough fillet, it's worth it. Again, pairs nicely with, in my opinion, a red wine. Some people prefer white, but it is good, just as good as a salmon fillet.